Two, we got to establish the world. We got to establish each of you and your characters. And I'll start with you, Coco. What are you excited about exploring with Hillary in season two?
I'm very excited for fans to watch me and Hillary, me and Jazz, and our relationship evolve. I think in season one, fans were really fiending for us to be a thing. And we definitely dive into being in love and what that looks like. And Hillary kind of coming to terms with that vulnerability and stepping out of that boss energy sometimes to be like, princess energy. But, this is a drama. So I will say things will definitely take their turns.
Akira, you and Cassandra, your characters, I love that you are exploring the dynamic of being in spaces as Black women, but surrounded by other minorities, predominantly white, and what that means as a Black woman and to stand up and represent for yourself and for others. So can you talk a little bit about that storyline and the dynamic between the two of you in season two in reference to that?
I think the connection is special, especially with the situation that we go through. We kind of just work together to figure out a solution for the problem. And I think that's a really special mother-daughter moment that we get to see on camera.
Yeah, I love how Vivian doesn't force. She just nudges her children in the right direction. And I love that. That's what my dad would do. My dad would tell the longest stories. And then at the end, you realize the story he told was the story of the grass is greener on the other side. And you're like, why didn't you just say that? I totally understand that metaphor. And I love that Viv kind of does that with her kids too. But at the same time, you can see Viv is like teaching herself. And I think that's what it's like to be a parent anyway. It's very meta.
So Cassandra, for Viv this season, we get to, again, explore her in her work environment, balancing home and work and those dynamics, also being a mother and a Black woman in those. So for you in season two, which theme did you enjoy sort of opening up for Viv and introducing to the audience?
I don't know if I'd say it's a theme, but in general, my work as an actress right now, what I'm really interested in is exploring how, Black women are more than just the archetype of being strong, but that we're also vulnerable and we can also be unsure and weak and fragile. And I think you get to see moments of that in this woman. And I think you start to realize that maybe the strongest thing any Black woman or woman can do is ask for help. And you see what happens when people don't come to her aid, but you get to see what happens when her daughter actually comes to her at one point. I think that's what I really love exploring about Vivian. Otherwise, she's just like a stock character walking around being invincible, and we know it's not like that in real life.
So Coco, with Hillary, I love that we explore the challenges that women go through when they're trying to establish their voice in business, but still be a team player and a girl's girl. So can you talk about developing that aspect out of Hillary and getting to show the different layers that being a boss actually entails?
Yeah, I think being a boss has a lot to do with confidence. And I think one thing that I love about Hillary and OG Hillary, they were very confident, sure of themselves women. And I think being a boss at a young age like Hillary, there's a lot of, learning curves, especially when it comes to friendships. Like, for example, with her relationship with Ivy, they kind of have this power struggle where they both want to be the head honcho in the influencer house. But Hillary is very determined. And I think where she lacks knowledge, she's always going to learn and try to correct and readjust. And that's what makes a great boss.